Hello, my name is Natasha and I'm so happy that you could join me here today. Today's class is themed Shaking Off Winter. So as you can see, I still have my fire on because it's very cold and it's currently snowing. So winter may not be completely gone, but we are emerging into that time of spring. The flowers are blooming and the sun is setting later, and all this spring energy is going to be coming back to us. So today's practice will be just moving with that. So we will be starting off nice and slow and building some energy and creating this heat inside. So let's get started. And we are actually going to start in a child's pose. So making your way to a child's pose. Now, we're all different, right? And I want you to be comfortable. So there are some options. We can have our legs together and come down like so. If that's not gelling well for you, maybe you bring the knees as wide as the mat and your big toes to touch. And we can move on down like so. And another option, you're going to come onto your back and hug your knees into you. Okay, so choose what works for you. Okay, trust your body and your intuition here. Where are you going to be most comfortable? Just to take a few deep breaths. So I will be going for an extended child's pose with my knees wide, toes to touch, walking my hands forward and then melting my head towards the earth. And just taking some nice deep breaths here, in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth. And whatever seeds we are planting in spring, we then nourish them. And we give them the space and the time to bloom. So thinking of yourself as this seed right now. And your yoga practice as your safe space to nurture and nourish yourself. To allow for creativity and everything else to just bloom. So what seeds are you planting right now? Maybe you're not even sure yet, and that's okay. Just relaxing into the pose, feeling the earth beneath you. Knowing that you can always come back to this practice. And then slowly we'll make our way into a tabletop position. And there's no rushing here. Really take your time. And you're going to bring your knees below hips, hands below shoulders. And really nice strong core muscles here, pressing away from the earth. Thinking of the neck as an extension of the spine. So we're not dropping it, we're not looking forward. Just trust my voice here, trust yourself. Keep that breath going. And on an inhale, we're going to drop the belly, look forward. And exhale, navel draws towards the spine. We round through the back, drawing our chin towards our chest. And then inhale, look forward, drop the belly. And exhale, rounding through. Do a few more now with your own breath. Notice anywhere where you might be holding tension. Maybe move into that space a little more. So maybe moving the neck. Maybe finding a little movement in the hips. Feeling like you have this space to just play here. So it doesn't have to be this robotic cat-cow movement, but instead we can add a little something. We can add our own flavor to it, okay? So whatever that looks like to you, you can start to circle the hips. You might want to come off your wrists for a moment. You might want to extend one leg out and then the other. Check in with the neck. Do something right now for your body that just feels like, oh yeah, that's what it needed. It was waiting for this time and now you got it. And maybe that is, the simple cat-cow movement there. Maybe that just feels awesome today. And that's good too. Just go with that. Just remembering the breath. And then when you're finished with that, we're going to meet back in our tabletop position. Walk the hands forward ever so slightly, really spreading those fingertips. Okay, so like starfish, and you're pressing through each of the fingers and the knuckles there, really drawing energy up from the earth. And then curl your toes in under. Send your hips up and back. Keep the knees bent though here. So you might want to walk your feet forward slightly if that feels good. But keep the knees bent, pushing through the hands. Find that length through the spine. Relax the neck. Keep breathing. And then baby steps all the way up to the top of the mat. So little foot steps all the way to the top of your mat. Coming into a forward fold with bent knees. Okay, so we're not really that warmed up yet. Feet can be together or hip width apart, by the way. Inhale, we're going to stroke our legs all the way up to our thighs, flat back position. Don't lock at the knees, to keep a small micro bend, sending them shoulder blades back together, lengthening the neck as part of the spine there. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, we're going to draw energy up. We're going to circle our hands all the way around us and up towards the ceiling. Letting yourself have some space here so your shoulders aren't joining you up by the ears. So sending the shoulders down. Gaze forward. Notice your view. I'm looking at snow falling right now here in Dublin. And then bring your hands together and down to your heart. Big breath in, down to come up. Reach up for the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Now go ahead and step your right foot back. Lower the knee. And inhale. We're going to come up strong. And your hands can be at your waist here if you kind of feel a bit more balanced there. Or you might want to reach your hands up. Gaze forward. And then hands together, down. Frame the foot. And then step that left foot back into a plank pose or half plank, so you can lower the knees here. Keep breathing. You've got this. You're strong. Keep that length through the spine. And exhale, down dog. Now, bringing that right foot up, sliding it like it's sliding up against a wall, toes facing down, and then bringing that knee to chest. We're going to step it all the way up and then lower the left knee down. And if you want some extra padding for the knees here, by the way, a great trick is to just fold the mat, or if you have a towel or blanket, you could just pop that under your knee. So again, inhale, coming up strong, hands are at the waist, or bring them up. Keep breathing here. And exhale, bring it down. Step off the back leg, so lift that knee, find a little rock, and step it to the front of your mat. Again, feet are hip width or flush together, your choice, into that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, down to come up, circle all the way around you, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands together and at your heart. Big inhale, down to come up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Lower the knees or keep them lifted. And then go ahead and lower all the way down, keeping the elbows tight to your body. Hands come just back slightly so they're in line with the rib cage. Inhale, come up to your cobra. Now don't force yourself into a shape here. Take it nice and gentle. So a nice small back bend here. And exhale down. Inhale, come back to your plank or half plank. And exhale, down dog. And then this time we're going to crisscross our legs all the way to the top of the mat. So bringing our left foot over to the right. And then our right foot over to the left. And then the left foot comes round until we get to the top of our mat in that forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, brings it all the way up, Full body stretch. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, down, come up. Exhale, rain it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Lower the knees or keep them lifted. Keeping those elbows close to your body. We're going to lower all the way down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, curl the toes in under, lift the kneecaps, push back up to our plank or half plank, and exhale, down dog. Bend the knees here, like really bend them, and look forward. Now, we can baby step, we can crisscross, or maybe you'd like to try a little hop to the front of your mat. And have some fun with it. Like if you didn't make it and you got to do a little froggy or bunny hop to the rest of the way, like have some fun. It's totally fine. So bending the knees and coming into your fold. You're going to inhale, bring it halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Now stepping your feet together, really together. And trying to press through all four corners of your feet. So maybe even lift the toes for a moment here. And then lower them down. And hugging your navel in and really giving attention to your pelvic floor muscles here as well. Finding that lift. And that lift through our chest, our shoulders, our shoulder blades dropping down the back body. Releasing any tension. And then you're just going to really press through that left foot. And then just start with the right foot, just picking it up and down. And you can always use a chair or a wall here for balance. You know, that's why we have props to help us, right? And we can use them. Like if it's there to help us, like why not use it if that's what we need today? And maybe another day you won't need it. So just noticing how that feels. And then maybe you just keep it lifted. And just find a few circles with the ankle one way and the other. And then we're just going to open up the knee here and come into our tree pose. And we're going to keep it nice and low. Okay, so we can even bring our foot to the ground so our heel is resting against us and we're pressing on the toes here. And that can be quite a nice stretch for the foot there as well. So we can come into this tree variation, or maybe we just peak a little higher on our calf muscle. Keeping that length through our spine, that lift through our chest. So if your hands are here, maybe you're really pushing your chest forward to open up. Or we're here. And then if you feel all right, maybe you even take your hands up above, and maybe even challenge yourself here by taking your gaze up. But maybe not. Maybe you want to keep your gaze forward and your hands at your heart today. So feel empowered here to make the decisions for your body, for your practice, and what you want your tree to look like. And if you're wobbling and you're falling, maybe it's a windy day. Okay, so your tree pose can find its own way. And maybe you just got to keep coming back. Okay, no matter how many times you fall, just come back to it. And that is growing your tree pose. Anyway, let's bring it back and down, and maybe give it a little wiggle, shake it out if you need to. And we're going to do the other side. So grounding through the right side, picking our left foot up and down. And again, hands can be at the heart here, or at your waist, or on a chair, on a person, whatever is helping your balance there. But keep the breath going. And again, let's find our tree variation. Maybe starting with this one, nice stretch for the foot there. Or coming to bring it a little higher. And then maybe we bring our hands up and our gaze up, or maybe not. Just keep breathing. And then slowly release, coming back to that mountain pose. Maybe bringing your hands down at your side. Allowing the eyes to close if that feels comfortable, or taking a soft gaze down in front. And just imagining yourself as that little seed in the beginning. And how you've grown through using your breath, through building this momentum. And then just close your hands into fists. Big inhale. And then on an exhale, a really audible exhale, you're going to open them up. So, okay. So have some fun with it. It's okay if you're like, what is she having me doing? This is bonkers. That's okay. That's fine. But stick with me here. So inhale, close the hands. And then exhale, let it out. Inhale, again, close the hands. This time on the exhale, I really want you to let something go. Just really. And one more time, something that's just not serving you. You don't even have to know what it is. Just let it all out here today. Inhale. Beautiful. Now taking all this new energy, this new breath, we're going to breathe in all this new loving energy, and just a nice calm sigh out. Inhale, down to come up, reach for the sky. Exhale, rain it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Placing your hands on the mat. You're going to lower your knees down. And then we're going to slowly, lovingly guide yourself down to sit. do the butt shimmy here to the center of your mat. That is a yoga term. I've looked it up. So sitting up nice and tall, allowing that length again through your spine. Okay. Our legs are bent here, feet are on the ground. Maybe we just practice picking one foot up and then the other. That might be good. It could even be nice to bring your hands behind you if you're working there. Okay, there's an option. Otherwise, we can bring both legs up and we can hold on to ourselves here to just give ourselves that little bit of support. Keeping that length in the spine, gaze is forward. Keep breathing. And then maybe we open up the palms here. Now on an inhale, so you can stay here. You can totally stay here. Otherwise, join me on this next part, okay? So inhale, we come down. That is not easy with a microphone thing there. I forgot about that. Okay, let's try that again. So inhale, we come down, but not all the way down. And then exhale. In. And then in. Cool. Butterfly here. Maybe give the wings a little flutter. And then we're going to interlace the fingers and just place them behind our toes there or hold on to the ankles. And notice the placement of your feet here. So you might want to get more into your hips and have them quite close, or you can just create some space here. And we're just going to fold forward, but keeping that length through our spine. Okay, so we're not rounding, even if it means folding a little less. Remembering the breath. And then we'll come back up and make our way down to our backs. Now we're going to bump the hips over to the right. Open up the arms like a big T here. And then just let your legs fall over to the left. Now, if your shoulder is wanting to come up here, maybe just place a block or a blanket or a cushion underneath your knees or even in between your knees. That can help support this pose. And we'll take our gaze over our right shoulder, and you could even get the left hand on top of the knee here, just to lovingly guide it down to the left, adding to the gravity of the pose. Breathing right down to the belly. And then coming back through center, bumping the hips over to the left this time, and sending our legs over to the right. Opening up through them arms, or maybe taking that right hand to our knee, remembering the option to put cushions there if we need to. Keeping that shoulder on the ground. And coming back to center, maybe hugging and finding a little rock here. And then finding any last movements you want here. So if you're feeling like you need to do a happy baby or another stretch here, go for it. But when you're ready, do take this time just to lay down. Sending the shoulder blades snuggled under you, letting the feet fall naturally away from each other, hands open for all that spring energy, all the possibilities that spring brings. And allow yourself to just breathe here, letting any tension melt away. And if it feels comfortable to do so, you may like to close your eyes. If that doesn't feel good to you and you'd rather lay on your side or sit up tall, you listen to yourself here. This is your practice. But otherwise, just closing the eyes here and letting your breath move you. Anytime thoughts are coming up, we're just bringing it back to the breath. So even though we're on about moving into the spring energy and this creativity, this doing, we still need to come back to this time of rest, this time of going inward to restore. And we can do that by coming back to the breath each and every day. Letting this practice be what nourishes you. Maybe we can grow our intentions. So remember that seed we were planting at the beginning of this practice. What are we wanting to create? What are we wanting to grow? And we don't have to think about that right this moment, but just planting the seed again and then coming back to the breath. Taking a few more deep breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders, the muscles in your face, and anywhere else you might be gripping or holding on to. And now maybe wiggle the toes and the fingers. pulling onto your side. Be hugging the knees in close, cradling your head with your arm that's under you. Taking a few more moments here with your breath. And now coming back again to that seed. Maybe something come to you. A word or a sentence. What is it that you would like to grow? What would you like more of this spring? And how can you nourish that? Just one step at a time. So slowly, when you're ready, come back up to seat. Any seat of your choice that you can be comfortable, spine long. And just thinking of your word or your intention, your sentence. Thinking how you can nourish that and use this yoga practice as a safe container to really grow and practice that intention. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, don't worry about it. The seeds have been planted. So consider them already planted, and you're getting an awesome stretch and some breath work and some calming stuff. So thank you so much for joining me. Please let me know some of your words and intentions in the comments. I would love to hear your ideas. Like, subscribe. There'll be new videos every week. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time and your energy spent here today. Namaste.